The modern era of air superiority has been defined by the F-22 Raptor for over 2 decades, but the window of its absolute dominance is beginning to close. In a move that has caught many global observers off guard, the United States is not just planning a replacement, it is accelerating it. The F-47, the crude centerpiece of the next-generation air dominance program, is reportedly on track for its first flight in 2028. For an industry where a decade often passes between a contract and a takeoff, this timeline is more than just ambitious, it's aggressive. The U.S. Air Force has confirmed that this sixth-generation fighter remains on schedule, a statement that carries significant weight in modern defense logistics. Usually, programs of this magnitude are plagued by delays, yet leaders are pointing to steady progress. This matters because the F-47 isn't just another jet, it is designed to take over the air superiority mantle currently held by the F-22. Control of the skies is the prerequisite for every other military operation, and the F-47 is being built to ensure that control remains unchallenged in increasingly contested environments. At the Air and Space Forces Association Warfare Symposium in early 2026, officials stated that the program is doing exceptionally well. Acquisition official Dale White noted that the first airframe is already in production. This acceleration is supported by a massive surge in personnel and industrial investment. Boeing, for instance, has been ramping up staffing specifically for this effort, even as it manages other high-priority contracts like the KC-46 tanker. The official development contract was only awarded in March 2025, which makes a 2028 flight target look almost impossible by traditional standards. However, the Air Force suggests the foundations were laid long before the public contract was signed. To understand how this is moving so fast, we have to look at what has been happening behind a veil of classification. Air Force Chief of Staff General David Alvin revealed that experimental X-planes have been flying for years. These test beds have logged hundreds of hours, allowing engineers to iron out aerodynamic and system flaws in a digital and physical environment far away from public scrutiny. By the time the production contract for the F-47 was inked, much of the high-risk experimental work had already been completed. This is a stark contrast to the development of the F-22, which saw years of open competition and manufacturing development before its first flight in 1997. But what exactly makes the F-47 a sixth-generation fighter? In practical terms, sixth generation is a shorthand for 3 core capabilities: longer range, higher survivability, and a family of systems approach. The F-47 is not expected to win a war by itself. Instead, it's designed to be the hub of a network, connecting with advanced sensors, satellites, and uncrewed teammates known as collaborative combat aircraft. These drones can scout ahead, jam enemy radar, or carry extra munitions, while the human pilot in the F-47 focuses on high-level tactical decisions. Perhaps the most critical upgrade is range. Modern warfare is shifting towards the vast distances of the Pacific, where fuel is as much a weapon as a missile. The F-22, while lethal, has a combat radius of roughly 590 nautical miles. The F-47 is designed to nearly double that, with a combat radius exceeding 1,000 nautical miles, about 1,150 miles. This matters because it allows the Air Force to operate from deeper, safer bases. It also reduces reliance on aerial tankers, which are increasingly vulnerable gas stations in the sky. If an aircraft can fly a 2,300-mile round trip without needing a refuel in a combat zone, the strategic options for planners expand exponentially. And then there's the speed. While many details remain classified, officials have indicated the jet should fly faster than Mach 2. Combining stealth, high-altitude performance, and hypersonic speeds creates a platform that is incredibly difficult to intercept. The plan is to acquire at least 185 of these aircraft, ensuring a fleet that matches or exceeds the current Raptor force. However, moving from a successful flight test to a combat-ready fleet is where things get complicated. Behind the sleek silhouettes and impressive speed stats lies the unglamorous reality of industrial capacity. Factory space is a hidden bottleneck. To make room for the F-47, contractors are having to relocate existing work, such as F-18 modifications, out of primary production regions. This logistical shell game shows just how much pressure the defense industrial base is under to meet these aggressive timelines. There's also the question of cost. A report from the Government Accountability Office warned that the Air Force and Navy are facing massive affordability pressures. They're trying to modernize existing fleets like the F-35 and F-15EX while simultaneously pouring billions into a secretive sixth-generation program. While the F-47 might fly in 2028, proving that it can be built consistently and maintained efficiently is a different challenge entirely. Modern jets are essentially flying computers, and software integration often proves to be the bigger hurdle than the airframe itself. We must also consider the reality check of global competition. While the U.S. is pushing the F-47, adversaries are not standing still. Both Russia and China are pursuing their own versions of next-generation dominance. But here's the catch. The F-47 represents a shift in philosophy. It moves away from the idea of a silver bullet aircraft that does everything towards a modular design that can be upgraded with new software and hardware as soon as they're available. In real combat, the ability to update a sensor or a jamming suite in weeks rather than years could be the difference between victory and obsolescence. The strategic insight here is clear. The U.S. is betting that speed of development is the new stealth. By using digital engineering and pre-flown X-planes, they're attempting to collapse the traditional development cycle. If the F-47 takes flight in 2028, it sends a powerful message to the world that American air dominance is not just a legacy of the 20th century, but a cornerstone of the 21st. In the end, we're not just watching the birth of a new fighter jet, we're watching a fundamental change in how the United States prepares for high-end conflict, prioritizing reach, connectivity, and above all, the speed of innovation.